Hi everyone, I hope you're having a good night. We're going to be doing a paint tutorial tonight, and we're going to be doing this picture of Christ. It's going to be super simple. I'm going to be doing it on an 8x10 canvas, and then the paint colors we're using is blue, yellow, a white, and a brown. Just using a simple craft brush, but if you have nicer brushes, I would recommend using those. And then we're also gonna need a cup of water and paper towel. So those are the supplies you need, not very much. I did put down a tablecloth because I do get messy, and I'm wearing an apron and one of my not so favorite shirts. So that's pretty much all you need. So gather your supplies and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is the picture we're gonna be doing. So what I did is I went ahead and I put all the colors out onto a paper plate because we are gonna mix them together and it's just easier to have them out. So just taking our brush, make sure it's wet, not too wet. And we're gonna start with the background. So we're gonna do a yellow. And what I did, I didn't want too bright of a yellow, so I'm mixing it with the white, but you can do it as bright as you want, as light of yellow as you want. That's up to you. So we're gonna go ahead and mix that together until you get the yellow that you like. And I think that looks good. I don't know. It's not like super bright, but it's just like still pretty bright though. And then we're just gonna go ahead and paint the whole canvas yellow. And with a smaller brush like this, of course, it's gonna take a little bit longer if you're using a bigger brush. But this is fine too. And you don't want to do too thick of a coat because we're going to paint on top of it. And you want it to be able to dry pretty quickly. So you're going to go ahead and cover all that. And I am not any kind of professional artist, so I'm sure that people who really paint are like saying I'm doing this wrong, but this is just for fun. And we were supposed to do this live, but I thought it'd be easier if I pre-recorded it in case I mess up on things. But please comment if you have questions, post your pictures. I'd like to see what everyone's doing, how everyone's turned out. See, this is why you put something down underneath, because I'm getting paint all over the tablecloth. So this is probably the longest part of the whole painting, is painting the background. But again, if you had like a bigger brush, that would go faster. But then again, if you don't have a lot going on tonight, then take as long as you want. So I think my yellow, like as I mix it, it's turning into different colors, but it's fine, I think. But you do it how you like it. So I'm almost done here, doing the yellow. So pretty much got this all covered. There's some spots in here. And again, it doesn't have to be like perfect. So yeah, so we got it all covered, all yellow. First step, I'm gonna rinse my brush out. And next we're gonna do the face. So with that, we're gonna do the lighter brown and then do the darker brown on top. So I'm gonna make a lighter brown and just kind of do whatever kind of brown you want there. So again, just going in the white and then lightening up that brown. And with this, you probably do want to like make the whole color, not keep mixing it like I did the yellow. So just make enough so you can make the face. So I just need some kind of like lighter brown skin tone color. So that's what I'm going to use for the face. If you didn't do too much paint on your canvas, it should be pretty dry. You can paint on top of it. If you put a thicker coat of paint on it, then you might have to wait a little bit for it to dry. But mine is pretty dry, so we're just going to go, it's about like a quarter down from the top, and what I'm going to do is just kind of make a U for the face. And then just fill it in. So that's kind of what you do there. And then you are also going to do the neck part. So then that's a V, like that. And I'm just going to put a little more on that part there. So it doesn't really look like a face yet. So then rinse out our brush again. And then we're going to go in with just the dark brown and do the hair and the facial hair too. So that's why we're using the smaller kind of brush, because you can do the background, you can do like the little details. So we're going to just go in with the brown. You don't have to let it dry too much because it kind of just blends in. So you're just going to go ahead and like trace around that circle you made like that. And then kind of come out from there. And then come underneath for like the beard. Go ahead and get some more on there. And then you're gonna do is just gonna do a little arch for that mustache part. And then it's gonna come in there. So yeah, so then we're getting the face in there. And honestly, we're like almost done with this. This was like the hardest part probably. So the next part, I'm actually going to go back in and do a little bit thicker around the neck. Just so it's okay. So now we're going to go in and do this white part around the head. And then we'll do the rest of the robe. So just go in and a whole bunch of white. And then again, so you can kind of wait till it dries a little bit. I'm not using a lot of paint, so it's not taking very long to dry. So just go in around his head. So you're just tracing around again. And coming down. Tracing just around, like perfectly around it. And then you can make it a little bit bigger. And then what I'm doing on this is you're going to go down around this side. And just go, you can go down all the way. And then on this side, kind of start from about right here where the chin would go and just come out a little for a shoulder. So you're just going to make a straight line now. And then like a triangle here, just coming back in, and then just bring it down in. And just fill all that part in. And what you want to do is like stop right at that line. So that's your stopping line right here. And you're just going to come in and keep doing that. I'm just filling kind of places that I missed, and as it dries you can kind of see better where you missed. And then got that side done. Come in and do this side. So again, about like the bottom of where chin is, and then just gonna go out. I got like a little bit of extra color in there, and that's okay. And this you come down. So this one we were coming toward this sash, and then this we're gonna come down. We'll just come all the way down to the bottom of the canvas. All right, and so then we can let this white dry a little, and then we can go back over the top of it when it's dry. So if you want it whiter, like right now you can see some yellow streaks through it. So we're just going to wait for that to dry a little, but we're going to go ahead and do some of the blue and then the brown in here. And see, these are just all blended colors, so kind of just do what you want on that. I'm not even going to clean my brush. I'm just going to pull some blue out. Because I mean, you can use the bright blue just as it is, but I kind of like the lighter color. But you know, this is kind of just whatever you want. So if there's two of you doing this at home, then each of you, I'm sure, will come out with something different, which is kind of nice. So just start here at the corner where we ended that sash and just come down. And then just come down from the edges and put in some blue. And then see, there's like some white that comes through, which I think is nice. And you can kind of do whatever you want there. And then I'm going to do this shoulder here. And then come down. And with these paints, we're using acrylic paint. So they're really good to use with water. So like if you want it not so thick and heavy looking, just add some water in there. So, yep, we're just gonna pull this down. And then on this one I did, I know the one that is the sample is a little bit different than this, but on this one I have brown in here, and then you can see some yellows coming through. You can even see some blues in here in the sash. But really it's just whatever you prefer to do on it. Like I might just pull some yellow into that.
So yeah, so I kind of like the way that looks there. So I think I'm done on that side. And then I'm gonna come back in and fill in on this side. So yeah, pretty much almost done here. Again, I'm going to come back around and do some white touch-ups, but so this is why you do the paper plate, so you can mix your colors. And yeah, so I think I'm done with the bottom there, and kind of just do what you want on that. So I'm going to come back in and do some more white to touch that up a little now that it's more dry. If you want, I put a little bit of brown in it to lighten, just to show some shadow in there. I don't know if you can see that, but it just adds a little bit of like shadow, I guess, you know, so you can see where the material like forms around his shoulders and around his face. So yeah, it's kind of pretty much almost there, I would say. So you want it to look like this white sash is over the blue robe, like it's sitting on top of it. So go over this last. And then you also want it to look like this side is wrapping around on top of that side. So I'm just using the side of the brush. I'm not like using this way. I'm using it like, so it's slimmer, like on the slimmer side. Just going in to fill in some of this lighter spots here, where you can see the yellow through. So yeah, pretty much this is your picture. Don't want to do too much to it. I think it looks pretty good. You can do as much as you want to yours. But I would just recommend just like keep looking at it, look at the sample to get the feel that you want to go for, and just make sure you stop when you think it's ready. I don't mess with it too much. You don't want to go overboard. I think it's supposed to be like an abstract picture anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much this painting tutorial. And then sign it on the bottom with your name and post your pictures. I want to see them. I got a little blue on there, so I'm gonna fix that real quick. But yeah, it's like super simple, only uses 4 colors, very little supplies. So if you have any questions, post them in the comments. And then, yeah, I just want to see what you guys did and let me know if you liked it. And hopefully everyone's doing well, and I'll see you soon.